There's a new bill on Capitol Hill that, if passed, could save the lives of more beagles. Now, as we've reported, more than 4,000 beagles were rescued from a breeding facility in Virginia earlier this year. And now 7 News investigator Scott Taylor says some want major changes at the FDA in order to stop experimenting on beagles.
The 4,000 beagles now up for adoption, including these on Capitol Hill, were rescued from this breeding facility in Cumberland, Virginia. The facility, which supplied dogs to research labs, is closing after multiple federal complaints and claims of animal welfare violations cited by the USDA. An undercover investigation by PETA led to the release of the beagles. PETA, along with the Animal Wellness Action and the Center for Humane Economy, want lawmakers on Capitol Hill to fund more alternative testing.
It's a dead end, and it's a stale paradigm that, for the sake of the animals and for humans waiting for treatments, needs to be changed right now, and there are ways to do that.
This facility here in Virginia isn't the only one that's breeding dogs for experiments. There are 5 other spots across the United States licensed by the USDA to breed dogs for experiments, including even more beagles. This facility in North Rose, New York, is one of the largest ones in America that supply dogs to research labs. Reports estimate that more than 20,000 dogs call this place home. We asked to take a look inside, but didn't get a response. In 2019, out of just under 800,000 animals used in research labs by the USDA, more than 58,000 dogs were used in experiments. Kansas leads the nation in dogs being used at research labs. In the DMV, Maryland leads the way with 621 dogs. A new bill in Congress called the FDA Modernization Act of 2022 is asking for a big change.
Right now, the animal testing industry is more than $11 billion around the world, whereas there's around $1 billion being invested into these non-animal methods. But I think that would change greatly if we can get this FDA Modernization Act done.
The bill won't ban animal testing, but it will eliminate the requirement for animal testing, allowing the FDA to grant private companies the opportunity to use non-animal testing methods for new drugs. Currently, new drugs, by law, have to first undergo animal testing before hitting the market. It's been that way since 1938, after the passing of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. Dr. Thomas Hartung is at the forefront of what the FDA Modernization Act wants more of at the Center for Alternative Testing in Baltimore, Maryland.
And this came from brain organoids, I assume?
Yes.
Dr. Hartung says alternative testing involving stem cell technology and bioengineering research is the future.
These allow us to study really what the human brain does. And we're not 70-kilogram rats. It is really important to have models which are human, to understand what chemicals do for autism, for Alzheimer's disease and others.
The Americans for Medical Progress, which supports animal testing, points out some alternative testing is already being done.
It is an incredibly important issue, making sure that our medications are safe, developing new medications to treat cancers, muscular dystrophy, countless diseases. All of that requires studies in animals, and people need to understand that.
7 News can't find anyone who's against reducing the number of animals used in experiments, but how fast those reductions happen is still open for debate until people in Congress do something about it. For the I-Team, Scott Taylor, 7 News.
Now, you can head over to WJLA.com and look for links to find out more about the new FDA bill and take a look at another bill called the CARE Act that is also designed to help save beagles in research labs. Now, while you're on our site, you can also look through photo galleries of the beagles rescued from the Virginia facility.